Hey, welcome back to the Above Board podcast. Now, today I want to talk to you about something that's been showing up in my life a lot. And honestly, it's not just me even personally, it's for others as well. It's coming up in client conversations I'm having and discussions with friends of mine too. There's just so many decisions that we all have to make every single day. And at face value, you might think like, oh, I'm feeling burnout. Or if you're like me, you're having this internal dialogue that's channeling your inner David Goggins, where you're telling yourself to just keep pushing through, stop being lazy, stay hard, keep working at it, which is great. It's great. I do that a lot. But those days when you're feeling totally drained, not even physically, just mentally, like your brain is done. And I'm here to acknowledge and hopefully, tell you and myself is that it's probably not laziness, and I don't think it's lack of motivation. You're just tired of deciding. This is decision fatigue. And if you're juggling parenting and leadership and business decisions, or listen, whatever the face of that responsibility that you get the good blessing to be a part of, you know exactly what I'm talking about in life. The decision fatigue it's real for all of us, and it can show up in the most unexpected of days. I think it's so interesting. Like, I'll have days where the schedule looks kind of clear and I can, work through all these different things that I've been hoping to work on for the last couple of weeks. And then boom, the day gets taken away from me. Things pop up, things happen. And next thing you know, I'm sitting there at the end of the day going, holy smokes, what happened? And if I have to make another decision, I don't know if my brain can handle it, because your brain has just a limited amount of decision-making power each day. And when that fuel tank gets low, it's just hard to make good decisions, or any decisions for that matter. So something I do, I choose to focus on making my big decisions at the beginning of each day, and I'm trying to get back at that, and I'll explain here in a minute. But that's for me when my brain is firing at its best, and it's giving myself my best shot to make good, clear decisions on important things that matter. Because by the end of the day, I can barely decide what I want to eat for dinner, and then at the end of the day, like, I'm choosing this like default setting of what's easiest. So easiest might be, ordering takeout instead of cooking a meal. Could be, scrolling through your phone instead of engaging with your family, which is just awful, by the way, but I succumb to it sometimes too. And then my least favorite thing, it's the end of the day and I'm faced with an important decision. And now I click the easy button just to not have to think about it in that moment and mark and move. It's not about being unmotivated. It's just simply being overloaded. So I want to give you a couple examples. I'm guessing some of these might resonate with you, but it's 6 o'clock. Your kids go, hey, can I have a snack before dinner? And you've already made 347 decisions that day. So you just stare at them and you're like, sure, bud, I guess. Just take the whole box, eat it. You're not being careless. You're out of capacity. And I know, because this is a money podcast too, this shows up a lot for people when it comes to your finances. I hear like, oh, I've been meaning to update my 401k contributions, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Or I got to choose between that Roth and that traditional, but there's so many choices I need to make and things I need to consider for that decision. Or I really need to audit my insurances and see, am I overpaying? Am I underinsured? What does that look like? And we don't get around to it. It's not because you don't care. It's just because you've already made so many decisions during that day that it's gone to the bottom of the list. And for those that have listened to this podcast for some time, know that I'm a fan of this next statement I'm about to make. I talk about this a lot. That we end up choosing to prioritize the urgent matters in life over the important ones. Not on purpose, but kind of by default. Urgent things pop up and you got to take care of it. And so you do the best that you can. And then all this important stuff keeps stacking up on you over time. And then next thing you know, like days, weeks, and months go by and you haven't tended to any of these very important things. It's very overwhelming because we expect better from ourselves. So what can we actually do about that? Well, I use this podcast as a platform to share what's working for me, what isn't, to be a little bit of a therapy session for me to just be a reminder of what I should be doing. And I'm going to do a little bit of that. So here's the first thing. And it's super simple. And you're probably like, wow, great advice, buddy. Well done. But the first one is to prioritize. Now, stay with me. So we use, I think we need to be using our best energy on our most important decisions. And I'm trying to get back to this. So I used to operate this really well, but I've noticed myself trending away from it. So starting this summer, I'm doing this daily habit again where I write down my big 3 things at the end of the day for the next day. Again, I shared this already, but my brain works best in the morning. So the evening before, as I'm ending my workday, I look at those important decisions or tasks that are on my radar. I write 3 of them down, and then I assign an amount of time to that, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. And even if I don't complete them, at least I prioritize the time to work towards that goal. So then, and then the next day, my objective is for those 3 things that they've either been completed or there's been energy put towards completing those things by or before 10 or 11 a.m. Because again, for me, that's when my brain's operating at its best capacity. So step 1 is prioritize. Step 2 is creating decision boundaries. So, I've really started saying to myself, like after 3 p.m., I'm not making any more major decisions for that day. Not for my work, not for family, whatever. And now, listen, I still work until 5 or 6 p.m. every day. But by that point in the afternoon, I'm operating my schedule. Meetings, phone calls, emails, getting things done for my work life, and then trying to really clock out of work at, let's say, 6, and then clock in and be present with my family. So anything that comes up at that point of the day, 3 p.m. or after, that's important enough, it's going to probably fall on the top 3 list for the next day, but it's a personal boundary for me because otherwise I start making these reactive, just quick decisions that aren't aligned with what I actually want, like pressing the easy button. And then the last one is simplify, delegate, or delete. I think every decision that you don't have to make frees up energy for the ones that you do have to make. And this could be simple stuff. Like this could be like meal prep for the week ahead. This could be automating your savings plan so it's just moving and you're not infiltrating that, monthly savings decision or weekly savings decision with other things like, oh, the markets are down. Should I add more? Should I be just automating that? And then another example for me, which is super silly, but setting my gym clothes out the night before. Now I do this because I want to get dressed in the morning, get ready for the gym, go work out, and do it all before my kids wake up. And I don't want to have to think about anything. So I use a little bit of ChatGPT and AI to tell me like, hey, what should my workout be? By the way, for those who haven't used it as your personal trainer, it's like the greatest thing. Just saying, here's my goals, help me, create a workout routine. And then the night before, what's my workout going to be the next day? So I just wake up and then I operate it. And I think delegation is a really important one. And it's great for people like me who maybe think naively enough, but think that we need to be a part of every single decision. We have other people in our life that can and want to help. Like in my work life, I've got amazing team members that have great decision-making ability. And frankly, in certain instances, better than me. They don't need me for certain things. And I probably involve myself in a way that I shouldn't or don't need to. I find oftentimes that they, in certain instances for like a specific issue, they probably know more about it than I do anyway. So simplify the decisions, delegate decisions, or delete them if it's not something that's important to you. So again, my list of 3 things to aim towards working at this is, again, prioritize. So for me, that's, the night before writing my list of top 3 for the next day, creating decision boundaries. And then the third one is simplify, delegate, or delete. I don't think you need more motivation. I just think you need fewer unnecessary choices distracting you. If your life feels chaotic or cloudy right now, let's just find ways to remove that friction. And again, I'm speaking this out loud into existence for my own sake to get back to practicing some of these things to get better and take a little bit more ownership or control over this, so I don't have this feeling of decision fatigue. So my question to you is, what is one area where you can create this default setting to help you with this? What's one decision you can make once and stop having to make that decision every single day? And boy, oh boy, I think I keep saying this, but I do this podcast more for myself to hear these reminders every day. But I hope, as you're listening to this short episode today, that this conversation resonates with you as well. And if it does, please share it with a friend. And if you haven't already, follow and like our show, leave a quick review. It helps more people find the Above Board podcast. So thanks as always for being here with me. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being you. Until next time, choose well and don't let decision fatigue get the best of you.